Hey guys, what's up? Like I promised, here is the reviews of both the Sony camera and the Canon camera down there. We're going to start with the Canon first, and I just figured I would go over the basic features of each camera, my personal thoughts about them, and maybe even show you the editing software on the computer. So let's go and get to the Canon HF R21. It has built-in 32GB internal memory, which is really nice. Plus, in case if you don't want to use the internal memory, there's our 2 memory card slots that you can use. Over here you have your, change from record mode to play mode, video snap. I've never used video snap before, but that's there. Auto mode, display mode, where it shows the battery info. Your USB port for plugging into the computer. HDMI out, in case you want to watch your videos on HD TV. Here's your screen. We'll go and turn it on. It starts up pretty quickly, and that's what it's showing right now. The door over there. Pretty much I have it plugged in so I can keep the battery as high as possible because I'm using it tomorrow. There's your audio level, your decibels. Pretty much I'm talking right now and you can see it moving and everything. As of right now I have 2 hours and 15 minutes of recording time. You can get about 2 hours and 30 minutes of recording time on this. Then again, it depends on what recording mode you're using. MXP, which is the highest recording mode, that is the highest quality you can go in HD. I have my wind cut off. So we'll go into function here, we'll go to menu. Pretty much in menu you have zoom type, zoom speed, focus assistant, face detection, auto backlight correction, auto slow shutter, flicker reduction, fader setting, on-screen markers, windscreen, microphone. The next one you have self-timer, video snapshot length, rate scenes, record media for movies, recording mode, frame rate, 60 frames per second for me. Recording media for photos. I think that's for internal. Yeah, it's for internal, and that's for your 2 memory card slots, but I don't have any memory cards, so we're not going to change it. Photo aspect ratio, you can change it from 4:3 or 16:9. But you'll get more photos if you change it over to 16:9, but memory info, XV color, photo numbering, and the last one you have on-screen displays, LCD, AV headphones, what's really nice about this is you can also plug in a mic, unlike the Sony, which doesn't feature that, and also, I'm trying to think, it's over here, over on this side, you have, I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but the one I have, oops, sorry, the plug-in I have right now is the charger, or the DC input, then I have the component output, and then the AV output for headphones, which is really nice because the Sony doesn't even contain, headphone jack or a microphone jack. So other menus, or other features in the menu, you can go to decoration, kind of draw lines, or kind of do a John Madden thing where you draw, kind of make like a telestrator or whatever. Close that out. Then it won't save. White balance, of course, you can change it from automatic, tungsten, your own custom, or daylight. I'm going to keep it on automatic for now. Record programs. You have pretty much 3 in this camera. You have Cine mode, portrait, programmed AE. I keep it on programmed. I haven't tried Cine mode yet. You got exposure, which is your brightness. You can change it. I'm kind of making it darker, but I can click M again, it'll go back to auto exposure. I usually do manual exposure for all my videos, except for the vlogs. Zoom, you have pretty much, this is kind of your manual zoom. Of course you have your little zoom rocker and your dedicated photo button. The photos that this camera takes are pretty good, even if you're not going to edit them in Photoshop or whatever. I mean, they take some pretty decent photos for, a video camera. You got image stabilizer, you have dynamic, standard, off, I don't really use it, or I don't really use stabilizer yet at this moment. Let's see, you have digital effects, of course you got black and white, sepia, fade trigger, and of course you can then wipe, and yeah, we'll just go back to off. Might use black and white tomorrow for the Christmas train. Pre-record, kind of give you like a little while to set your camera up before actually starts recording the real thing. Review recording, that kind of takes you back to like your last shot, clip or whatever on your camera. And that's pretty much what the HF R21 contains as far as features go. My personal thoughts, it's a very solid camera. I got it for $500. I'll put the link down in the description to like the camera, where you can read reviews and see what other people think. Of course, this is my personal opinion and not like a professional reviewer's opinion on this camera, because I've used it for a couple months and I like it. It's a really good camera, suitable for shooting video of family, action shots of sports, depending on what kind of mode you're using. As far as like a rating, I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. My only gripe about it though is the battery life. Unless if they have like an extended battery out there, I'm pretty much stuck with the battery I have right now. It's like 73 minutes. Well, that also depends on the battery. The mode you're using. Like for example, it probably drains more battery if you're using this instead of like the lowest quality possible, which you still get good quality. You have a standard quality video or you'll definitely get the best quality with the highest quality MXP. So anyway, that's the HF-R21. Alright, we are now looking at the Sony Handycam HDR-CX110. This model, I'm not sure if they sell it anymore in the stores, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a brief overview of this one. It is, like I said, a Sony Handycam. Here are your modes. You have the play button, a little disc burner or whatever. It's called disc burn, according to Sony. Then you have your little auto button, of course you can press that, and it'll kind of do auto balance, or auto white balance, auto exposure. Then of course you have your dedicated power button down here, although you can't just shut it just to turn it off. You have your dedicated photo button where you can take photos. The photos on this are pretty good, just like the Canon, even though they're not like DSLR quality. I mean, they're still solid, for camera photos. Of course, your little zoom rocker, your record button. Over here, you have your DC input and your AV input as well. So, which that AV input would be used just to watch your videos on a TV. DC input, of course, is used for charging. The battery on this, compared to the Canon, is very good. You can probably get about 2 hours tops out of this with the highest quality, which that's what I'm shooting in, HDFX. And the menu, here are my 6 presets, but scene selection, which is like for different scenes or different types of shots. Like if you want a sunset shot, then we'll go back here, you would change it to sunrise and sunset. White balance, of course you can indoor, outdoor, one push, auto, or customize your own. Low lux for shooting in light or low light conditions, perfect, if you're shooting outside at night. Focus, manual focus or autofocus. I usually use manual focus for train shots, in case you guys are wondering. Exposure, of course, you can change that, and auto to manual. Record mode, HDFX, HDFH, HDHQ, HDLP, pretty much, you'll get 9 megabytes, per second on this one. You get 24 on FX and 5 megabytes for LP. And as you can tell, I can get 2 hours of recording time, HDLP, but I have stuff on here that's not like the maximum or whatever. But I can still, believe it or not, I have like some clips on here, but I could get 27 minutes out of it, which is pretty good. Then show settings, you got, fader is one, spot meter, focus, exposure, focus, telemacro, smooth slow recording. I don't think I ever tried this, but it's It's pretty neat. I'm gonna kind of do the little moving around. We're gonna watch it here. So kind of did a little, you know, back and forth kind of thing, like super slow motion, which is pretty neat. You know, it's a good little tool, you know, say if you want to kind of do slow motion video or do like Matrix, the Matrix kind of filming or whatever. Your guide frame, you know, for your rule of thirds and stuff, steady shot, active, standard, for a stronger image stabilization effect, which it really helps. Conversion, well, this is if you have like a different lens on besides just this lens. Low lux, face detection, priority settings, smile detection. It's kind of interesting. So it kind of detects smiles and autofilms still images. So say if I was smiling, it would kind of detect it and probably take a photo or start filming. Then you got smile sensitivity, auto record set, self timer, image size, then playback settings, and pretty much you have a whole bunch of items at your disposal that are, you know, pretty good, you know, for those that are kind of interested in exploring with their camera more than just taking a simple video, say if they want to customize the white balance and stuff like that. So I give this a 3.5 out of 5. My gripes though, no headphone jack, no microphone jack. Sometimes there are occasionally recording problems with this thing, you know, say like data error whenever I had to, or whenever I start recording it'll say data error. And other times it'll say recovering data, but that's pretty much the HDR-CX110. It's a very solid camera. It's one of Sony's earlier handycams before they started kind of making more of these. They made one with like the internal memory instead of just, you know, the memory card or whatever. Because this one only uses a memory card and no internal memory. Just kind of a disappointment. But anyway, those are the two cameras. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.